Hey guys, Z-Pelfriend here. We're in Kerbal Space Program, and this is the last episode of my crazy let's do 2 videos a day for 4 days in a row video making spree. It's been a little difficult. Anyway, on topic. We're here at Kerbal Space Program. We are waiting for the main module of our space station to come to about a quarter of an orbit away, in which case we will bring the opposite side of the orbit in, and hopefully we can meet up with the station. Hopefully. It works in theory, guys. I can't give you much more than that. I'm hoping it actually works. Here's some debris from our moon lander. Debris that's still floating around with the station base module thing, which at some point we're gonna have to get rid of. I may do that in the next episode. It'll be an episode full of explosions. Okay, we're at about a quarter now. Let's slow that down. Should we go here? Let's go about here. Add a maneuver. Decrease our speed. We do want this selected. Yes. Okay, so we have that maneuver, so let's bring this orbit in slowly. I'll slowly bring it in to the same orbit as the same general area. Maybe it's not quite there that we want to do that at. Yeah, not quite there. Let's try maybe here. Decelerate a little bit. Not that fast. Slowly. Slowly. Wait until we get an intercept. Yeah, that intercept's still pretty far away. Alright, so not there. So let's try out across from where we are. Take that, we'll slow down from there. Again, this is all trial and error. We're getting closer. We're still not quite there. So we'll go over here. Add a maneuver. We'll slow this thing down. There's a mathematical way of figuring this out, but I don't know what it is off the top of my head. I see this. That. Oh, that's both intersects are in the same spot. They're both intercepts. Can we move those together at all? Oh, you guys can probably hear generators kicked in. Oh, that was... Yeah, it's... Where's the word I was looking for? It's just a backup generator. It runs to make sure it still works. Safety precautions, stuff like that. This isn't quite working as well as I'd like it to. That just involves us crashing into Kerbal again. But we're getting closer, guys. We're getting there. This is gonna happen at some point. Slowly. Oh, we're getting a little closer. A little closer. We're getting there. We're now crashing into Kerbal again. So let's accelerate that orbit a little bit. We'll get a little further. Let's get back to about here, then we'll try it here again. coming up on it. Right about here. Let's try... What? I clicked on something. Let's try adding this in. We'll lower that orbit down slowly. It is a little hard when I can't see on the other side of the planet, but the camera controls are very confusing, so we're not going to figure out how to do this properly. Alright, though that's a little closer. Still not as close as I'd like, but we're getting there. We're now crashing into the planet again. Yeah. So let's fast forward a little bit more. We get another quarter orbit in. Let's get another full orbit in. As you can see, the station is catching up to us now. So like I said, when you're in that outer orbit, you're moving slower than anything in a closer orbit because of simple orbital mechanics, which aren't really simple. If anybody ever tries to convince you they're simple, don't believe them. Another sip of Dr. Pepper. Alright, let's slow it down right here. We'll select here, add a maneuver, pull the orbit in, maybe a little slower than that, and at some point we should see an intercept, and hopefully it's closer. There we go. We're getting there. Right, intersect 2 of 5 kilometers. How is the orbit looking relative? 82,000 meters. We can work with that. Okay, so that means we'll come around, we'll go here, we'll make that burn, that'll put us in this orbit. We then have to make 2 orbits. So in that first orbit, we're only 70 kilometers apart. Or well over 70 kilometers apart, which is quite a bit, but that second orbit, we're only 5 kilometers apart. So from there, we can equalize our orbits and then slowly pull into this guy. So let's accelerate. We'll get back around here. Accelerate a little further. A little faster, I mean. Oh, there we go. You can see that station's catching right up to us. Alright, there we are. We're coming up on it. So let's tilt the rocket over. That looks like right up here is where we're trying to go. We don't have a whole lot of fuel left in this stage, but hopefully it's enough to get us where we need to go. Right, let's check. That stage is pretty empty. Should be fine. Coming up on it. Let's accelerate time a little bit. 10 seconds, 5 seconds. Let's point the rocket back where it's supposed to go. There we go. Accelerate quickly. X. Start a little bit more. X. But then we'll take that off. It'll actually put us into an 8 kilometer separation. Well, 7.9 it looks like. And we can work with that. That's still close enough that we can work with it. So now we need to make 2 orbits. There we go. We enter the lower part of the orbit, so we have to slow down because that's apparently how this works. And it looks like it's not actually 2 orbits. It looks like it's coming up right up here. Alright, so we're coming up on that orbit. Or we're coming up on this intersect. Intercept, sorry. Or intersection point, whatever. Whatever you want to call it, we're coming up on it. You can now see the station off in that direction. So when we get there, we need to accelerate in the... or no, we need to decelerate, don't we? Yeah, because we're going back out, so we need to decelerate. To equalize the orbits a little better. And we work from within that orbit. And hopefully things will happen. Alright, we're turning around now. Let's slow down that turn a little bit. Let's slow it down, come on. Okay, almost there. Slow it down a little bit more. There we go, we're getting right up in there. Let's accelerate a little bit. That'll, as you can see, that's decreasing the speed relative to our target, which is what we want. Ideally, we want this to be 0. Alright, let's bring that down. Nope. There goes that stage. Alright, let's accelerate a little bit. That'll bring us back down to... there we go. So now we should be staying in a relatively close orbit. Yeah, we are. Okay, and that brings us to within 7.3 kilometers in 4 minutes. But from here, we're going to turn this thing around in this wordly direction. And we're actually going to accelerate towards the station. We're going to get to about 5 kilometers, then we're going to readjust our orbit. So we'll be moving at 0 meters per second relative to the target again. Orbital rendezvous is a very complicated process. Alright, we want to close this to a distance. There, you can see it's starting to go down now. Maybe we should stop at 6 kilometers just to be safe. Oh, their camera angle changes for no apparent reason. Don't know how to change that, so I guess we're stuck with this. Oh, there we go, it's 6 kilometers. Okay. So, which way are we moving actually? Let's slow down our movement relative to that. We are moving towards it rather quickly, so maybe we should slow down a little faster. So we don't want to smash into it. Alright, accelerate. That will slow us down. As you can see, it's flying right over the top of us right now. But if the camera angle would stop changing, we can slow this down to about 0 meters per second right there. Now that I don't know which way the rocket's facing... No, squad, figure out the camera. So I have no idea what's happening right now. This... Okay. We're doing this, so I know which way the rocket's facing again. It's facing that way. Then we'll turn this way. Right up here. Right there. We'll accelerate towards it a little bit. not too fast. We'll get right up to about 10 meters per second. That'll bring us in. As you can see, we're closing on the target now. We're at about 100 meters. We want to actually decelerate again. And then we'll probably lose this other stage. Need to figure out where to actually eject it so we don't hit anything. Alright, there we go. We're at about 100 meters, so let's decelerate again. There we go, about 0. Okay, let's kick off that other stage. That leaves us with just RCS. Luckily, we can work with RCS. So let's take SAS off. We'll spin this around this way, now that it's not going the way I want it to again. Okay, stop it there. Spin it around this way. Okay. Now, we're going to hit H, which will bring us forward a little bit. Let's tilt up here. I'm going to tap H, which will bring us in closer to it. We go at 2.2 meters per second. We'll hit N to slow down a little bit. Alright, let's move this back over this way. Let's go to docking mode. And we can hit shift to go up. But we don't want to hit that. Oh, this may have been a horrible idea. That stage may collide with our space station. Get out of the way! Get out of the way! Okay, we may have just killed some of our Kerbals. And it looks like it will just barely miss. Alright. Okay, let's accelerate up this way. I can't actually see what I'm doing right now due to glare. There we go, that's a better angle. Alright, let's bring it down a little bit. Let's stop the motion that way, go up that way, try to set all motion to 0. Alright, that's about as good as we're gonna get. Now, I'm gonna go back to staging. We'll tilt it a little, take SAS off, we'll tilt it a little that way. Put SAS back on, that'll level it out. Take that off. We'll go that way. Let's bring the nose down a little bit more. We'll open this up. Open shield. And let's extend these panels so we can turn these lights on. I think L turns the lights on, but whatever. I don't know if that light's... yeah, that light's doing nothing. Let's turn that light off then. There's one panel, there's 2 panels. Alright. Now, let's tilt this down a little bit more again. Right to about there. Then tilt it that way a little bit, and a little bit more. Rotate over just a little bit. Tilt it down just a little more. right there. Go back into docking, bring it up. Bring it over this way. Okay, that's far enough away now. There's the debris over there. Then we want to set the clamping or the docking port as our target. Alright, let's move towards it now. We will need to rotate again. We may have over-rotated a little bit. Alright, let's slow down again. There we go, 0 meters per second. Put this back on, take SAS off again. We'll tilt up this way. Oh, SAS back on. Tilt down again. Move that way. Rotate a tiny bit this way. That's a little too far. There we go, right about there. I'll put docking back on. Bring it down a little bit. Move just to the left, or right. That direction that doesn't make the L. That way. Then move forward a little bit, not too fast. Okay, slow down a little bit. Both ports are open. Okay, let's move up a little bit. And this way a little bit. Very fitting music. Let's slow down a little bit. Let's move up. Okay, stop the upward motion. Move this way just a little bit. Take SAS off. Why isn't that working? This is selected, right? Yeah. Oh, we may be too far off in one direction. There we go. Take RCS off. Hope they don't disconnect again. There we go. That's now one unit. Well, that was fun. So now, we can take these guys, Mr. Nelric. He will let go. Put this on. He's going to go off this way. Grab that. Oh, wrong one. No board. He is now in the crew capsule thing. We'll repeat that again. Mr. Jack. He's going to move down this ladder into there. And Mr. Jorbury or Yorbury, whatever his name is going to move down. And he will also board. Not really we could have all of them enter this, but technically this is the one with the control over that main engine. So Mr. Ludman will stay there for a while. If I say control from here, does that... Maybe we can't IVA from right there, but we should be able to. Alright. As you can see, these things, let's hit L to turn the lights off. Maybe? Lights off? Whatever. Lights? No lights. Let's tilt this over. RCS this way. Oops, slow down. Right there. There we go. All the panels are in the sun now. It's a perfect looking station. Right up until we add more stuff onto it, and then it gets iffy looking. But there you have it. I have no idea how long that took us. It took us a time. So, I'll leave the episode there. Leave suggestions for modules. In the meantime, thanks for watching. Like if you liked it. Subscribe if you want to see more. See you guys in the next episode. Goodbye.